Cullen, wake up.
Oh,
Wake up.
what?
Gotta shoot a video.
I'm so sick of fletching arrows. I love it, but I'm sick of it. I ain't fletching no more. I've done 450 of them in a day. I ain't fletching no more. I'm gonna sleep. Wait. You said we're doing a video?
Yeah, right now.
We're teaching people?
Yes.
Oh. In that case, welcome to Bow Venture. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing how to fletch your own arrows. Putting the vanes on your arrow shafts. It might seem overwhelming to a lot of people, but it's pretty easy. So in this video, we're gonna walk you step by step to do it the way we do it, and it's just a fun process. I enjoy doing it, and a lot of y'all out there might enjoy it too. And you don't have to buy a bare shaft to do this. If you've got arrows at home that have fletching on it and you want a different kind, if you want tack vanes or AAE or whatever kind you want on there, you can always scrape off with a sharp knife, some acetone, wipe it clean, and get to fletching your own arrows. So I'm going to give you a rundown real quick on everything you need to do it. Some of it's a little overkill because I like to go overboard with archery and just get everything perfectly fine-tuned, but it's still up in the air if it matters or not on some of this stuff. But it's good to know you did everything absolutely perfect. So, a scale. And a lot of this stuff you can get at Lancaster Archery for a pretty good price. I like to have a scale. I like to have Bob Smith super glue. This stuff right here is no joke. I heard from a lot of people that it was the best out there, and I don't see how it's not. I mean, all I got to say is watch your fingers. You'd be given the A-OK for a long time, if you know what I'm saying. So, super glue, scale, acetone, a knife, primer pen, any brand works just fine. I've tried them all. Q-tips, and your vanes of choice. Mine are always going to be tack for a couple different reasons we might get into on further videos. They're all good, but I like some tack vanes. So, Bitzenberger, this thing's $90. It's freaking stout. You can run over this sucker with a truck. You'll have this when you're 80 years old, and just, I mean, it'll never break on you. This right here, to give you a quick rundown on this, is this right here is controlled by an Allen key. So get you an Allen wrench, and what this does, these knobs right here, it shifts this left and right. And what that does, if you go a little bit left, a little bit right, that's going to control your offset of your vane. So that's kind of cool right there. And then these knobs down here, 120 degree, 90 degree, that has to do with how many vanes you want on your shaft. So it's real simple. You just look at that. So a 120 I have it set on now, and it's for 3. So pretty cool. I like to mark right here. This is typically what I do, is mark these little notches right here on it. I just put a permanent marker on there to gauge. Let me show you real quick if I can get one of these out. Throw it on there, and let's see here.
The main reason you do that is for facial contact, right?
Yeah, definitely. So as you can see, I put this in there, and those little hash marks, you can go to like number 1, number 2, but I go to number 4. Boom. I got a number 4, and I just put that marker there as a good indicator to get to every time the exact spot, so I don't miss it, because they can be confusing to get mixed up, and you don't have to count them. But what that does is, when you put this on your arrow, I would suggest going to at least 3, because you don't want facial contact. And depending on, you know, how you anchor and all that, you very well, and facial hair, and, you know, how big your face is, how small your face is, you could have some facial contact. So let's get into the video as far as the actual process of fletching your arrow. All right, so first step, after we've got all this, got your arrow over here, I like to pick out, I grab my vanes first. I like to get a handful of these and I will weigh them. I'll weigh one of them, 5.8. I'll put that to the side. I'll get another one. That one's 6.2. That one's 5.8. That one goes with this one. That one's 5.8. So the 6.2 got thrown over there. That's the first thing I do, is weight consistency. Then I'll look down these three. I'll just look straight down them, and some of them will have a natural left or right helical on them. So I'll look down them, and I'm running a left helical because my bow clock's left. We'll do another video on that shortly. But I'll pick out 3 of them that have a natural left helical on it. It's got a natural left helical on it, as do these 2. So once I've picked out exact weight in all 3, and all of them naturally wanting to go to the left like I'm running, it's good to go. So what I'll do is take this, make sure first that you don't have any glue left over. A lot of times it'll get stuck in there. Make sure you don't have any glue left over from last time you did it. And I'll just scrape inside here to make sure all this is smooth. So put this in right on the black dot, number 4. Then I'll take my primer pen and I will just go up and down it pretty good. And you can check these by dabbing it on your pants, make sure the liquid's still coming out. And just run it up and down that. Don't let it touch anything. The oil on your hands will hurt the adhesion. So just take it, make sure you don't touch it. I like to go like this and just get some air on it. That way it's real clean. Get your Bob Smith. I put about 4 or 5 drops. This stuff will come out. There we go. Just tiny drops. One right there. One right there. Right there. And on the end. And then I like to take the tip of this thing and rub it all down to get all them air pockets out. And just make sure it's all over the shaft, or all over the inside of the vane. And I'm really particular about the tips of them because that's what's going to peel up. So I'll take just a little bit extra and just dab. Make sure you get the tips of these veins real good. Get your arrow, put it in here. It just slides, your knock slides right in there. So first thing you want to do, acetone. I'm going to turn this for y'all to see better. Matt, if you'll zoom in a little bit. Acetone, paper towel, and you want to clean your arrow right where it's going to go. Make sure you don't get up in this knock too much, because these plastic knocks, if you throw too much acetone on them, it can warp them, so just be mindful of that. See all that dirt? Acetone until it gets clean. So now you're ready. Put this in here. Now you're ready. I'm going to slide over here. For this right here to clip on. Now one really important thing, I like to touch the bottom of it right here before clipping. If you clip onto this magnet and then go on it, sometimes that can happen and you're going to be all messed up, have to do it again. Touch the bottom first, magnet, and then press down. So I like to hold it after I do that I like to hold it, and remember, don't get your fingers where the vein's gonna be on the underside. So hold like right here and right down here near the knock. And I like to hold on this for about, I don't know, 15 seconds. And then once I do that, I'm gonna let off now so the video will be shorter, but hold there for about 15 seconds and let it sit for about 30 seconds or a minute. I mean, I do like 2 or 3 minutes, but that's a little overkill. So just do that. And once that's done, it's probably ready already. Then you can take this out. One thing I will tell y'all, a tip about this is if you have a loose knock, you got to be really careful with that, because when you go to turn this to do your next vein, sometimes that loose knock, especially if you're holding up here, it will move on you and the shaft is in a different position. So when you go to click it, it's going to be closer to your last vein you fletch than it should be, and you're going to get inconsistent spacing on 3 or 4 veins, whatever you're running. So we'll hold the shaft real steady, make sure that knock doesn't move, and then you just want to let off of it and just give it a turn. Make sure it popped up just then. Make sure every time you do it, it's back in its position. So you do that over and over again. Primer pen. Glue. I'm going to do this one pretty quick for y'all. That way you can not get bored with watching. Glue. Rub it in. Make sure the tips are good. Get all the air out. Already cleaned the shaft, we're good. That first, then on there, press down. Watch your fingers, don't get any grease on there. When you're pressing and pulling right here, this knock, that's when the knock moves too. So just be very careful of that. Let it hold for about 15 seconds, let off for about a minute or so. Take this off, booyah. Do the same thing again. Primer pen. Bob Smith. Now this is a more drawn out process. You need to definitely take your time on these. I'm just showing y'all how it's done. But it's pretty fun. So once you've done that, Q-tips. Why I have these? If you're a clean fanatic like me and just want everything perfect on your arrow, you can take right here and rub the excess glue away. It's just a really good tool to do that. That way you don't have a big paper towel and it fits in there perfectly. You can just around everything, just clean it up good. Hold, boom, take it off, and y'all, you've got you a fletched arrow. Left helical, baby. Here's a little tip. This is nothing to do with fletching, but I just thought of it when I was running my finger up and down this. Check this out. These are real smooth shafts. Your rest is going to be right here going down, and it should drop away about halfway down your shaft, give or take. But let's say it hangs on a little bit, or another company, arrow company's label is down here a little bit more. Watch my finger here. Smooth, smooth. I'm going to apply the same amount of pressure. Smooth, smooth. It's stuck. Smooth. So that difference in texture, I believe, I could be completely wrong about this, but I take acetone and take all this off because I don't like the thought of my rest sliding and hitting something different, a different texture. So that's what I do. Guys, that's about it for today. Thank y'all so much. If you have any questions, leave comments or questions below. We will see you next time. Bow Venture out. I'm gonna hit subscribe. Are y'all?